All right, so we're live in Seattle. This is the Prodcast. I'm a podcast host. You're a podcast host. You're a podcast host. Don't we have any guests? What are we doing here?
Everyone's a podcast host.
This is just what we do. Is this what podcasters do? This is so obnoxious. What have we done?
Well, there weren't enough strangers to talk to, so we have to talk to each other.
We're warming up the podcast. That's what it is. We have to make sure the mics work and things like that. Well, welcome. I'm Steve. Who are you two fine folk? Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Clint Byrum, and we had you on our podcast.
That's true. That was like over a year ago?
A while ago, yeah.
Way too long ago.
Yeah. Which is called This Is Fine.
That's right.
A podcast about resilience engineering. And I'm also an SRE. And I am enjoying the SRE therapy session that we have every year around this time.
It is a bit of a therapy session. I appreciate that for sure. And you?
I'm Colette Alexander. I also co-host This Is Fine, a podcast about resilience engineering. And yeah, I'm the president of the Resilience and Software Foundation too. We're having a big party tonight. Very excited.
We are.
Yeah.
Can you tell our fair listeners, what is this foundation and what does it even?
What does it even? Well, so we're a bunch of nerds that hang out and talk about resilience engineering in the software domain mostly, although there are some folks who are not of the software domain who grace us with their really an awesome presence.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that part about. So we have like a Slack, and you can go to resilienceandsoftware.org to become a member. And becoming a member gets you access to that Slack and free access to all of our events. We also do events for the public too. So if you have a little money to spare just to like cover our Zoom costs, you can come to we have a FRAM training coming up next month, for example. But we do all kinds of things. We also do, when Clint and I have episodes that are we do paper talk episodes, we often do AMAs for the community and stuff there.
Yeah. One thing that I've found about the community is I get a lot of references to papers and then I read them and then I go, what? So the paper talks really helped me a lot.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I did go to grad school and I read papers on purpose for a while, but that was years, at least 4 years ago.
I had so much cruft to brush off my brain when I went back to Lund. It's a lot of work to do that.
So having buddies to talk about it with is very, very helpful.
Absolutely.
Does the Resilience and Software Foundation have merch, Colette?
Well, yes, we do. I'm so glad you asked. If you go to resilienceandsoftware.org, you can also see a shop and you can get things like this hoodie, the Anti-Complexity Complexity Club.
So we don't like complexity. Is that what you're saying?
But you can only fight complexity with complexity due to the law of requisite variety.
That sounds
super nerdy.
like a paper content thing.
Is there a paper for that one, actually?
There Dr. Woods must have written it. David Woods, right?
He's the master of complexity, for sure.
I'd just like to point out that a monorail just went by the window just now. I don't know if you guys saw it. We could sing the song if you'd like.
It glides as softly as a cloud.
That's right. That's right. So can you give me a couple top moments so far of the conf? Anything hit real good? What do you think?
So I will be, you can cut this in the edit. It's fine.
It can be up, it can be down.
I was really, you saw my reaction. I was really upset at the return of MTTR. What the heck, man? I thought we got rid of it and it came back.
Words are sticky.
They really are. Yeah. I would like to move to... I think here's the thing, right? It's I want us to have real conversations about it. I don't want us to just have lectures about it from podium. Let's talk about what's working, what's not working. Yeah. But I was that upset me a little bit.
Yeah, I thought we had contained that to the expo hall. I expected over there. I understand, those things take time, but to have a keynote, not just bring it out, whatever. Some people are still, sort of learning how not to say it, but yeah, it's sort of been a deconstruction process for me. Dr. Forsgren's work was seminal in bringing me into a modern SRE perspective. Yep. I think a lot of people would say Accelerate was important and still is important. Yeah. But that part, just like all good science, some of it falls to the wayside as new research is done. Yep. Stefan Davidovich killed it. Yep. Yeah. And yet the zombie rises again.
Yeah. I think I believe you also appreciate the fact that people still do say it and they still do make decisions based on it, even though it doesn't make any sense. So presenting it in some cases to that audience might be helpful in some way, as long as it's also if we can then talk about it
Right.
afterwards.
Also, let's have a conversation about it. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So like I kind of get why it's still happening.
Yeah.
But like I would really love it if it was like, we're talking about this. By the way, a better way to think about this is blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So briefly, if you can do it for our audience again, why not MTTR? Can you? We could also go get all these people out in the world who will come out and yell. But yeah, I trust you guys to not be yelling about this and be.
Yeah, and I'm
cromulent.
definitely of the
Yeah.
I need something to move my house onto off this sandy beach that I didn't realize was sandy at first.
Yeah.
I did see there was a talk on cast, which is an interesting adjustment, more attuned to replacing root cause analysis.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about cast before.
Yeah.
I've now got some books to read.
Totally.
So that's an exciting, okay, here's a new model. But for MTTR, the thing that I've been sending to executives and sending to engineers is no, it's dead. There's a bunch of hyperlinks in documents I write that are and the times in incidents are not related to each other enough to statistically matter. And I link to Stefan Dabidovich's very free paper where he explains the math, and he did these Monte Carlo simulations that I think if anybody goes and reads those and has the time, which I know many of our executives do not.
Sometimes hard, yeah.
If you have the time to think about it, it presents itself very clearly. You can't move it enough to make it matter statistically.
Yeah.
I also want to say, and this is how I explained it to somebody when I was walking in the hallway with them. And I just said, look, there is an intuitive thing here too that you can grab onto, which is you've had an incident that's lasted 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks that might not have impacted your business very much.
Right. Yeah.
And
totally.
you've had an incident that's lasted 10 minutes, I bet, that has really sucked for your business.
Yeah.
And so the other piece that MTTR leaves out, right, is what is the business impact? What are the other elements besides time of an incident that actually do materially matter to you?
Right.
And is chasing the time bunny down the rabbit hole really how you want to spend your time?
Yeah.
When you're constructing all of the tooling, all of the automation, all of the whatevers you're going to do to try to lessen that time, right?
Totally.
Is that really how you want to do it? So.
Yep. I mean, this is another nail in the coffin, maybe. We'll hope. I don't know. Do you have a final point?
Very briefly, I also had discussions where, similarly to your talk about DR and the lies we tell, similarly, we have to go and say these things publicly, and we need to invite people to come and talk to us.
Even if they're uncomfortable.
So we're inviting you to come and talk to us. If you see us at the next SREcon or at thisisfinepod.com, you could submit a question about this. Why you still maybe
Good
believe
pitch.
in MTTR.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, my fellow podcasting friends. That was great.
Thanks,
I can't
podcast.
believe
We love you.
I can't believe you let me wear this hat this whole time. This is very silly.
Thanks, Steve.